Rod Arquette Show on Utah's Talk Radio, 105.9.5, right here on the Rod Arquette Show. I mentioned this, I believe it was last Friday, that there was a recent poll out. It was a national poll, and it showed that I think it was as high as 56% of Americans do not believe the midterm elections this year will be fair. I mean, we have, because of what happened in 2020, the American people have lost faith in a basic right that every American has, and that is to vote. And it's frightening when you think about that. I don't know what it's going to take to restore it. But this story got my attention. Utah County Commissioner Bill Lee is now asking for some detailed data from the 2020 primary election, 2022 I should, to use when the commission meets tomorrow. And Commissioner Lee is joining us on our Newsmaker line. Always great to have him on the show. Commissioner, why are you asking for this information?
Well, first off, Rod, I want to make one thing very clear. I'm not challenging the elections. As candidate Bill Lee, the election is over with, and my opponent got more votes than I. That's the American way. Mm-hmm. But now I put the hat on as Commissioner Bill Lee, and I have a responsibility as the board of canvassers to ask for information and look for information and go through a process. That's what I'm doing. I asked for some information, which I legally have a right to, and which is written into state law that I should have this, the ability to look at this information. And that's what I asked, is I was asking for that information so I could analyze it as a commissioner and as a board of canvasser. And I find it interesting that people are concerned that I'm asking for something that's legally owed to me as a board of canvasser.
I was going to ask you, Bill, why then are people making such a big deal of this? You have a right to look at it and to get that information. Why are they so stressed out about it?
Well, I think that some of them are just they're conspiracy-minded themselves, and they draw these little lines because I talk with all groups of people. And because I talk with all groups of individuals who have concerns, they're worried that there's some sort of conspiracy going on, and then they claim it the other way. So I find that fascinating that that's actually happening.
But you aren't doing this to try and overturn your primary election results. You just want information as a canvasser and as a member of the Utah County Commission. Is that correct?
Right, and that's exactly what I'm supposed to do. That's what the people elected me to do, is ask questions. And I find it ironic that I ask a question like that, and then we go through a process like this that is, painful, and name-calling and everything else that goes along with it. When people say that there are no, cast vote records, I've got examples. I was giving examples of what they look like. I just went through an hour-long presentation in which we looked at cast vote records, with the clerk's office. And so I just find it, it's interesting that people don't want me to do my job, and we're finding out more information along the way. There's this. It was stated out there that if you have this information, that you can triangulate it and find out who voted. Well, that can still happen right now, and if that's unconstitutional, that's something the state legislature should be looking at, is how we secure these elections in a proper way.
What exactly, Bill, does this cast vote record show or give you as a canvasser or a member of the county commission? What's it give you?
So what it gives you, and this is the first time now that I've actually had my eyes on one of these cast vote records. I know that we have a lawsuit about it that's going on, about giving out the cast vote record, but it's the first time today, well, actually yesterday when they sent me a sample ballot of it, I looked at a cast vote record. What it has a number on there, no names, no identifiers or anything of that nature. It has a precinct on there. It actually says this ballot voted for, this candidate, maybe it didn't vote for any candidates here, and it shows that on an individual basis. And so that's what this cast vote record is that it just shows what every ballot looked like when it was cast.
All right. Is the county and the county clerk going to get you the information before tomorrow? And do you need it by tomorrow?
Well, so I went through a spot check today on some of those cast vote records, and we looked at them, and we opened up batches, and I went down through it and had the opportunity to say, okay, I can see what's going on. Why don't we tally these up and do a spot check and see if they work? And so on a real high surface level, I didn't see anything in there that was different than from what was, what was being reported. Now, here comes the second problem, though, for me, and that is that when we do financials, we hire outside CPAs and firms to come through and do a look all the way through our financials to look for fraud. And when we do human resource issues, we do the same thing. We hire out. And so all I was asking was, I asked the question, why don't we hire out an independent, firm to take a look at our election process? This is the bedrock of our republic. And so why don't we hire it out? And they said, well, we do it through the lieutenant governor's office. Well, I've never been a part of a process in which I have to vote for something, and I've never been able to actually be a part of that auditing process all the way through. That's problematic to me, that, we're kind of cast aside. So it begs the question, do the Board of County Commissioners have any power, or do they not? And if they don't have any power, and I'm being told that I'm supposed to vote on something, but I only have one vote, and it's yes. I can't vote no. I can't vote to delay. I only have one vote. Is that really a vote?
Yeah, good question. Commissioner, as always, great chatting with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, on our Newsmaker line,